In the vast and mysterious Mariana Trench, it holds secrets darker and more elusive than we can imagine. In March 2012, filmmaker and explorer James Cameronn descended into the trench. But for years, he stayed silent about what he saw down there. Now, that secret is finally out, and it's nothing anyone expected. Into the abyss, secrets of the Mariana Trench. Beneath the waves of the Pacific Ocean lies one of Earth's most enigmatic wonders, the Mariana Trench. This vast, crescent-shaped scar stretches over 2,550 kilometers, slicing through the ocean floor and reaching depths that defy human imagination. At its lowest point, the Challenger Deep, this dark chasm plunges to a staggering 11,033 meters, a world entirely detached from the sunlight above. This trench is a realm of extremes, where unimaginable pressures and frigid waters create a forbidding environment that few believed could ever harbor life. Turns out they were all wrong. For centuries, scientists and explorers viewed this dark domain as a dead void, a place where life simply could not exist. But curiosity got the better of them, and in 1875, the HMS Challenger dared to probe these depths, lowering a weighted line into the Mariana Trench. The crew discovered that they needed much more rope than anticipated. This discovery ignited a fascination that would drive explorers for decades. In 1960, 85 years after the Challenger Deep was discovered, Jacques Piccard and Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh became the first humans to brave the crushing depths, descending in the cramped bathyscaphe Trieste. After a harrowing 5-hour journey, they reached the bottom, only to find the viewing window cracking under the pressure. Limited to just 20 minutes on the seafloor, they nonetheless observed pale shrimp and ghostly flounder-like fish drifting through a thick, dark ooze, a discovery that shocked the scientific community and forced it to rethink the limits of life. Years later, in 2012, filmmaker and explorer James Cameronn descended in the deep-sea Challenger, further unraveling the mysteries of the trench. There, he observed sprawling mats of bacteria, microbial colonies that feed on the chemicals from volcanic rocks. In the absence of sunlight, these tiny organisms perform chemosynthesis, converting minerals into energy in the same way plants use sunlight above. In this way, life thrives in the unlikeliest of places, sparking a web of existence that hints at even deeper secrets. With each daring descent, the trench reveals new surprises, challenging our understanding of life itself. In the uncharted depths, strange, otherworldly creatures lurk, waiting to be discovered by the brave few who dare to plunge into the unknown. The fishermen who recently explored these depths encountered unimaginable discoveries, so extraordinary they are destined to rewrite the very story of our oceans. What they saw down there will shock and astound the world, proof that the mysteries of the Mariana Trench are only just beginning to unfold. Number 20. Comb jellies and the secrets of our evolution. Comb jellies, also known as ctenophores, are the creature that will most likely surprise you. Despite their jellyfish-like appearance, these fascinating creatures are actually quite different. In fact, they share an unexpected and distant connection to humans. By studying comb jellies, scientists are uncovering insights into early brain development and how nerve cells form intricate networks. While these creatures don't have a brain, their nerve cells spread across their bodies like a delicate web, offering valuable clues about the evolution of nervous systems. What makes comb jellies even more intriguing is how they've evolved on their own unique path, distinct from their jellyfish relatives. And unlike many marine species currently struggling due to climate change, comb jellies are thriving. In fact, they're expanding into new habitats, sometimes even pushing out other marine life and potentially altering the balance of ocean ecosystems. Their rapid adaptation raises questions about the future of our oceans and the creatures that inhabit them, adding yet another layer to the complex web of life beneath the waves. Number 19. The snailfish, the impossible fish that defies the depths. The snailfish, often referred to as the impossible fish, a name that's not about its ability to be a plant-based seafood substitute, but rather its astonishing survival in some of the most extreme depths of the ocean. For a long time, scientists believed no fish could live deeper than 8,200 meters. They thought the pressure and conditions at such depths were simply too much for any creature to handle. That is, until a groundbreaking discovery was made. A team of Japanese and Australian scientists found a snailfish living at a depth of 8,336 meters in a remote trench. This discovery shattered the previous depth record held by another snailfish from the Mariana Trench. Living in complete darkness, far from any light or life forms, this fish has evolved with strange, unique features that allow it to survive where nothing else can. Number 18. The mysterious Dumbo octopus and marine hatchet fish. In the heart of the ocean, where creatures like the Dumbo octopus and the marine hatchet fish reside, these remarkable beings thrive in the abyss, far from the reaches of sunlight. The Dumbo octopus, named for its large, ear-like fins, glides gracefully through the dark waters, a serene yet mysterious presence in the depths. But it's not the only extraordinary creature lurking in these waters. The marine hatchet fish, with its distinctive sharp-edged shape, is another enigma of the deep. There are around 45 species of these fish, varying in size from 6 inches to a mere inch. What truly sets them apart is their ability to produce their own light, an incredible skill known as bioluminescence. This isn't just for show, it's a crucial survival tactic. By emitting light, the hatchet fish can blend seamlessly into the dim surroundings, avoiding predators by disguising themselves as mere shadows in the water. This brilliant adaptation is widely studied by deep-sea experts. Interestingly, there's a freshwater relative of the hatchet fish, often found in home aquariums, but they lack the same mysterious allure of their deep-sea cousins. The hatchet fish's eerie glow and their survival strategy add to the sense of wonder and danger that comes with exploring the deep. It's a world where the unexpected thrives, filled with fascinating creatures few will ever see, and each discovery leads us further into the unknown depths of our planet's oceans. Number 17. The frilled shark. Even deeper in the ocean lies the frilled shark, a rare and ancient creature that seems to have stepped right out of prehistory. Often referred to as a living fossil, this shark's eerie appearance catches many off guard, especially with its frilly gills that resemble a delicate collar, though its bite is far from delicate. Frilled sharks are seldom seen, making any sighting an extraordinary event that captures the curiosity of scientists and the public alike. One such rare encounter occurred in January 2015, when a frilled shark was unexpectedly caught by a fishing trawler near Lake's entrance in Victoria, Australia. This bizarre-looking creature, often described as a living fossil due to its primitive features, measured about 6 feet long and had an eel-like body, needle-sharp teeth, and a jaw structure unique to its species. Its capture sent shockwaves through the scientific community, as sightings of frilled sharks in Australian waters are exceptionally rare, giving researchers an unprecedented opportunity to study a species that typically resides in ocean depths of up to 4,000 feet. This remarkable find highlighted the mysterious and largely unexplored life that thrives in the deep sea, offering new insights into ancient species that have remained virtually unchanged for millions of years. Number 16. Crinoids, the ancient survivors of the sea. In the vast ocean, crinoids are divided into 2 main categories: sea lilies and feather stars. Sea lilies, anchored to the ocean floor for their entire lives, use their stalks to secure themselves to the seafloor, supporting their feeding structures. These structures have arms with grooves that efficiently catch and direct food particles toward their mouths. On the other hand, feather stars, also known as camacholids, are more mobile. Though they start life with a stalk, they lose it as they mature. Unlike sea lilies, feather stars can detach and actively swim or move by using their flexible arms to search for food, often arranging them in 3 sections to propel themselves. This adaptation allows them to move faster than one might expect from a creature that resembles a small, plant-like organism with no typical fins or head. Fossil records show that crinoids have existed for around 480 million years. Ancient crinoids could even survive by attaching themselves to driftwood, forming small colonies. Today, most crinoids live attached to rocks, where they are gently carried by ocean currents. This remarkable ability to adapt to diverse environments demonstrates how well marine life, especially crinoids, has evolved to survive in the ever-changing and often harsh conditions of the deep sea. Number 15. Zombie worms, nature's bone-eating scavengers. The eerie zombie worms, deep-sea dwellers, have some truly gruesome eating habits. These worms, found at depths of about 9,500 feet, feast on the bones of deceased sea creatures. They have a remarkable ability to drill tiny holes into bones, accessing the fats and proteins hidden inside. This bizarre feeding process allows them to consume remains from the inside out. In the dark depths of the ocean, where many creatures use their bones as protection, zombie worms find a macabre survival strategy by devouring the large carcasses of dead whales and other marine life. Number 14. Beyond bone-crushing depths, the mysterious boneless life forms of the Mariana Trench. In recent times, remote submersibles have captured astonishing creatures lurking in the Mariana Trench's depths. One of the most peculiar inhabitants is the holothurian sea cucumber, particularly the sea pig, which sports a ring of feeding tentacles that it uses to sift through the deep-sea mud and latch onto food in its unique, almost alien-like way. Interestingly, some scientists suggest that the elusive Pixar's fish could have been a type of sea cucumber. Fish, with their bony structures, are believed to be unable to survive in the trench's extreme depths, where the crushing pressure would dissolve the bones of any vertebrate. The deepest fish known to humankind thrives at around 8,000 meters, over 26,000 feet below the surface, still about 2 kilometers above the Challenger Deep, the trench's ultimate, unfathomable abyss, well beyond the world of living creatures found in the Mariana Trench. Number 13. The telescope octopus, a hidden wonder. Living between 500 and 6,000 feet below the ocean surface, the telescope octopus is a fascinating creature that thrives in some of the most remote and dark parts of the ocean. Found primarily in the Indo-Pacific, these tiny marine animals reach up to about 8 inches in length and have a translucent, almost entirely see-through body, making them difficult to spot even in sunlight. Their clear, jelly-like appearance allows them to blend effortlessly into their surroundings, a skill shared with their relative, the glass octopus. However, their most intriguing feature is their eyes, positioned on stalks that can extend out from their bodies. These unique eyes allow the telescope octopus to observe its environment while remaining nearly invisible. Thanks to these eye stalks, the octopus is often called the telescope octopus, perfectly embodying the complexity and adaptability of marine life. Number 12. The goblin shark, a terrifying predator from the depths. The goblin shark, a creature so eerie it seems like it belongs in an underwater horror film. With its long, menacing snout and a mouth full of sharp teeth that can snap forward to snatch prey, it's a sight that's sure to send chills down your spine. This shark, a living relic of prehistoric times, combines a terrifying appearance with ancient features that make it look as if it's straight out of a nightmare. Despite its fearsome look, the goblin shark is surprisingly slow-moving. Rather than chasing after its prey, it waits patiently, using its remarkable jaw to quickly capture anything that comes too close. Its unsettling appearance may make you want to swim away in panic, but in reality, the goblin shark isn't as aggressive as it seems. It's just waiting for its next meal to come within reach, while the goblin waits for its next meal to come to it. Number 11. The ping-pong tree sponge, a bizarre underwater predator. Despite its seemingly innocent name, the ping-pong tree sponge is a carnivorous predator, and it's far from harmless. Imagine a tree covered in ping-pong balls. This peculiar creature can grow up to 20 inches tall, with a slender stalk crowned by clusters of round growths that reach out in all directions. Its appearance, even in the faint underwater light, is unlike anything you'd expect to find in the deep sea. But the oddities of the ocean don't end there. This strange sponge isn't just a weird sight, it's a deadly one. Coated with tiny hook-like structures called spicules, it captures unsuspecting prey that brushes against its surface. These hooks latch onto small animals, dragging them into the sponge's grasp. Over time, the sponge slowly breaks down and digests its victim, bit by bit. It's a slow, chilling process that reveals just how harsh and unforgiving life can be in the deep, dark oceans. The ping-pong tree sponge is just one example of the wonders hidden beneath the ocean surface. Number 10. The cusk eel, a fierce competitor in the depths. The cusk eel is a formidable contender in the race for the deepest dwelling fish title. These mysterious eels may seem similar to other eel species, but they're actually related to fish like tuna and seahorses. Having existed since the late Cretaceous period millions of years ago, the cusk eel is perfectly adapted to life in the extreme conditions of the deep sea. Found in both temperate and tropical oceans, these eels tend to stay close to the seabed, where they thrive in the complete darkness of the deep. One species of cusk eel, with a name as difficult to pronounce as it is impressive, was discovered at a staggering depth of 8,370 meters in the Puerto Rico Trench. This discovery not only pushed the boundaries of what was thought possible. Number 9. Vampire squid, the mysterious deep-sea dweller. One of the most fascinating creatures of the deep is the vampire squid. Despite its eerie name, it's neither a squid, an octopus, nor a vampire. This unique species inhabits warm, mild ocean waters, typically between 2,000 and 3,000 feet deep, where temperatures hover around just 2 to 3 degrees Celsius. Vampire squids are known for their dark or red hue, and their skin flaps resemble a mysterious cape, complementing their large, haunting red eyes. Unlike most squids, they don't rely on color-changing camouflage or ink to escape predators. Instead, they release a glowing, sticky substance that confuses and disorients their enemies. Though these creatures live far from human reach, they face increasing threats due to ocean pollution and habitat destruction. Number 8. The Barreleye fish, a glimpse into the dark depths. The Barreleye fish is a creature so bizarre it could have stepped out of a science fiction movie. This fish has a transparent, dome-shaped head and tube-like eyes that float in a green, jelly-like substance. These eerie features allow it to see clearly in the pitch-black waters of the deep sea, where light is scarce and survival is a constant challenge. But that's not all. Its body is covered with light-producing organs, giving it a ghostly glow as it moves through the dark ocean, almost as if it's an apparition. What's even more remarkable is how the Barreleye fish sees in total darkness. While many creatures that dwell in the deepest parts of the ocean lose their ability to detect light, the Barreleye fish has developed an extraordinary vision system that helps it spot prey and avoid predators. This unique adaptation gives it a critical advantage, allowing it to navigate the harsh, lightless depths of the ocean where few others can survive. Number 7. The mysterious baleen whales. Baleen whales, such as the humpback, blue, and fin whales, have earned their name due to their remarkable feeding technique using a specialized system called baleen. These colossal creatures can take in massive amounts of water teeming with food and then filter it out, trapping the nourishment within. It's a highly efficient method that allows them to feed on vast quantities of tiny creatures. These majestic giants don't just skim the surface. They can dive down to depths of up to 200 meters in search of their next meal. While krill makes up the majority of their diet, they won't hesitate to feast on other fish if the opportunity arises. Their ability to adapt and hunt in such deep, often dark waters highlights the extraordinary lengths these creatures will go to in order to survive. But baleen whales don't just rely on size and strength. They're also highly intelligent hunters. They've developed clever techniques to corral fish into tightly packed groups, making it easier to capture them. By using a combination of swift movements and coordinated effort, these whales turn hunting into an art, proving that survival in the deep sea is as much about strategy as it is about power. Yet, fishermen still discovered. Number 6. The dragonfish, monster of the deep. In the darkest waters, the dragonfish lurks, a small but fearsome predator. Measuring only about 6 inches long, its terrifying mouth is packed with sharp, almost invisible teeth, perfectly adapted to snatch prey that's nearly half its size. These teeth blend seamlessly with its surroundings, making it nearly impossible for prey to detect the impending danger until it's too late. Adding to its menacing nature, the dragonfish has the eerie ability to glow, casting a haunting light in the depths of the ocean. With its stealth and terrifying features, this creature is truly one of the most unsettling monsters of the deep. Number 5. Giant amoebas, the colossal life forms of the deep. In 2011, a remarkable discovery took place during an expedition to the Mariana Trench. Scientists unearthed massive single-celled organisms known as xenophyophores, or simply giant amoebas. These creatures were striking, not only for their sheer size, some reaching over 4 inches across, but also for holding the title of the largest known single cells on Earth. When the remotely operated vehicle's cameras first transmitted images from the ocean floor, researchers were stunned to see delicate, lace-like structures sprawled across the sediment. At first glance, they resembled strange sponges or coral formations, gently resting in the darkness. Only after closer inspection did scientists realize that each of these intricate forms was a single living cell, challenging everything we typically imagine about cellular life. Their fragile bodies are built from soft protoplasm reinforced with particles collected from the surrounding seabed, creating elaborate, almost architectural shapes. Despite living under crushing pressures and near-freezing temperatures, xenophyophores manage to thrive in an environment that would be lethal to most organisms. They feed by extending thread-like structures that trap organic particles drifting down from the upper ocean, turning scarce nutrients into survival. Even more fascinating, these giant cells appear to provide microhabitats for smaller creatures, effectively acting as miniature ecosystems on the deep sea floor. The discovery forced scientists to reconsider the limits of cellular size and complexity, proving that even a single cell can dominate a landscape in the most extreme corners of our planet. Found in the Serena Deep, a section of the trench that lies an astonishing 6.6 miles below the surface, these giant amoebas far surpass the previous depth record of 4.7 miles. The deep ocean still holds many secrets, and who knows what other extraordinary life forms are waiting to be discovered in these unexplored depths. Number 4. The supergiant amphipod, a colossal surprise from the deep. Let's now talk about the supergiant amphipod, a creature that truly redefines the concept of big in the ocean. These enormous crustaceans were discovered by marine biologists who had set traps in the deepest parts of a trench, anticipating to catch only the usual smaller amphipods they were familiar with. But what they found instead was truly astonishing. Massive creatures, some of which were over 20 times larger than their typical relatives. When the traps were hauled back to the surface, the researchers could hardly believe their eyes as these pale, shrimp-like giants thrashed inside the metal cages. Their translucent bodies and oversized limbs seemed almost alien under the harsh deck lights of the research vessel. Scientists quickly realized that the extreme pressure and cold of the deep trench had created conditions that allowed these amphipods to grow to extraordinary proportions, a phenomenon known as deep-sea gigantism. Detailed measurements and genetic samples were taken immediately, as the team understood they were witnessing something rarely documented. Some specimens measured nearly a foot in length, dwarfing the common amphipods that usually measure just a few centimeters. The discovery raised questions about how such large creatures find enough food in an environment where nutrients are scarce and survival is harsh. It also hinted that the deep ocean may harbor even larger and more unusual species waiting to be found. Each new image and data point collected from the expedition expanded our understanding of how life adapts in the most extreme and isolated ecosystems on Earth. This unexpected discovery sent shockwaves through the scientific community, adding another layer of mystery to the already enigmatic world of the ocean's depths. Number 3. Strange sounds from the depths, the mysterious Western Pacific biotwang. In 2016, an astonishing discovery resonated from the Mariana Trench, sparking intrigue among scientists around the globe. A remotely operated vehicle, braving the extreme pressures and darkness of the ocean's deepest reaches, picked up an unusual sound that left researchers puzzled. It was a low, metallic moan that lasted just over 3.5 seconds, unlike any sound previously recorded in the vast expanse of the ocean. The signal echoed through the hydrophones with a haunting clarity, cutting through the usual background hum of shifting tectonic plates and distant marine life. Researchers replayed the recording repeatedly, analyzing its frequency patterns and waveform structure in search of familiar acoustic fingerprints. Some speculated it could be the call of a rarely documented deep-diving whale species, distorted by the trench's extreme depth. Others wondered whether the sound might have originated from geological activity, such as underwater landslides or subtle volcanic movements along the Pacific Ring of Fire. What made the recording especially unsettling was how clean and deliberate it sounded, almost mechanical in tone yet organic in rhythm. The trench, plunging nearly 7 miles beneath the surface, remains one of the least explored places on Earth, meaning countless unknown species could still inhabit its darkness. Each new hypothesis only deepened the mystery, as none could fully account for the sound's peculiar metallic resonance. The discovery reignited debates about how much of the deep ocean remains acoustically unmapped and scientifically misunderstood. At first, scientists thought the eerie noise might be from baleen whales, whose distinct calls are often heard in the ocean. However, this particular sound had a unique quality that set it apart from the familiar whale songs. Its odd signature led the researchers to dub it the Western Pacific biotwang. Number 2. The Black Sea Devil, a lurking predator in the ocean's depths. Now, let's dive into the dark, mysterious depths of the ocean to meet a creature known as the Black Sea Devil. Don't let the name fool you. This anglerfish is anything but friendly. With its terrifying array of sharp, fong-like teeth, it's no wonder it's earned such a chilling reputation. The Black Sea Devil dwells mostly near the ocean floor, where it thrives as a master of the hunt. Using a bioluminescent lure that glows in the dark, this anglerfish lures unsuspecting prey in, much like a fisherman uses bait to catch fish. In the crushing pressure of the abyss, where sunlight has never reached, this predator drifts almost invisibly through the freezing water. Its body is small and fragile-looking, yet perfectly engineered for survival in one of the harshest environments on Earth. The faint blue glow from its lure is often the only light for miles, flickering like a ghostly beacon in total darkness. Curious fish, shrimp, and squid mistake the glow for an easy meal, unaware that they are swimming straight into danger. In that silent world, there are no warning sounds, no splashes, only the sudden snap of jaws closing with lightning speed. The entire ambush can be over in less than a second, leaving nothing but darkness once again. Once its target is close enough, the Black Sea Devil strikes with its large, menacing mouth. It can swallow prey much larger than itself, opening wide enough to engulf creatures that might seem impossible to devour. It's a terrifying yet effective hunting method that makes this predator one of the ocean's most efficient killers in the deep, dark waters. Number 1. Humanity's impact on the Mariana Trench ecosystem. The ocean, a vast and mysterious ecosystem, has long fascinated and challenged scientists. However, human impact, especially plastic pollution, has raised alarming concerns about the health of marine life and, ultimately, our own health. Plastic pollution has penetrated even the most remote and frigid regions of the world. Scientists studying the Arctic Ocean made a staggering discovery. Up to 12,000 tiny plastic pieces were found in every liter of sea ice, 3 times the amount in the notorious Pacific garbage patch. Research led by Dr. Gunnar Gertz estimates that at least 1 trillion plastic pieces have become frozen into the Arctic ice in recent decades. Some of these particles are shockingly small, around 11 micrometers in size, or roughly 1/16 the diameter of a human hair, creating serious risks for both marine life and human health. This problem is not isolated to the Arctic. Microplastics, tiny plastic fragments, are now present in nearly every part of the ocean. Marine creatures often mistake these particles for food, introducing plastic into the food chain, affecting marine biodiversity, and potentially contaminating the seafood we consume. The urgency to address this crisis is evident as scientists and environmentalists work to understand and combat the consequences of plastic pollution on the ocean's delicate ecosystem. Despite the adaptations of the creatures we just explored, they are not immune to the effects of human pollution. Plastic particles have been found as deep as 10,898 meters in the trench. This presence of plastic at such depths highlights the global reach of our waste and the pressing need for action to protect the ocean's biodiversity. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.